June Davidson with American Seminar Leaders Association and Coaching Firm International. We're delighted to be with you today in presenting the one-page business plan. This is an awesome way to take a look at your business in more of a capsule. However, every phase of it is covered. If you wanted a 50-page one, then you've got to go elsewhere or do it yourself. This is done in completion on one page so that you can put it on your wall or you can follow this throughout your business and update it. The first thing in the business plan is that of a vision. You must be able to vision your business in the end result in order to put the pieces together. The vision is the greatest thing of all. Go back and think in time. Our inventors do not see the little pieces. What they do is they see the end result because they're inventing something to make life here better. Take a look at Nikola Tesla. He would go into a vision, knew what he wanted to do with the energy processing, go directly into his mind. He would see the completion of the motor, the engine, whatever it was that he was focused on at that time. What he would do before he came out of his vision, in his mind, he took every single piece apart because he knew what needed to go together to make it work. Then when he finished the vision, he immediately drew each part to show the focus and what needed to be where to make it work. This is what you need to do for your business. This is a precision. So when you take a look at your vision statement, you've got to be truly focused on what's going to work and see the end result. The vision statement will describe what your business will look like in 6 months, in a year, 5 years. So you need to know within, say, the next 6 months, you're going to grow your business. You put in the name of your company. You're going to grow your business into a successful, what kind of a business is it? You label your business. Is it going to be local? Is it going to be national? Is it going to be international? And what are you providing products and services to your targeted audience? The more narrow your targeted audience is, and the greater the solution is in your products and what you're doing, then the higher end you'll be able to work with in your business in selling the products. First thing to do is find out what's the greatest problem for your targeted audience, and you become the solution to this. But you need to vision seeing the clients, seeing it as a national, local, or international business, how you're going to market it. Sit and take the time to focus on this to see the clear vision of exactly what it is you're going to do. You'll find in your workbook, there are forms to fill out in your workbook. So go back to your workbook and describe your business. Describe the products. Describe exactly what they do and what they're going to accomplish for your targeted audience. Can't say enough about the vision statement. After you've finished your vision statement, then we need to work on your mission statement. And I almost need a business of some kind to work on to clear the mission statement. Jim Horan, that wrote the book, The One-Page Business Plan, said we really should describe our mission statement in 8 words or less. 8 words or less. That is not a lot of words to describe, but what you're going to do is you're going to describe the end result. For instance, I have a segment of our business, Women International Leadership Academy. Our mission statement is training professional women nonstop to the top. So that is very clear on our mission statement. Professional women training nonstop to the top. What can you do with your business in a capsule? In doing it with 8 words or less. Nike is just do it. FedEx is now overnight. However, they branded themselves before getting to this point. So take your time to work out the 8 words or less, giving the end result of what you're going to do for your targeted audience and your clients. The third part of the business statement is the objective. What are your objectives? This is really your big why, part of your big why. And you know, that's what made Steve Jobs so successful. He had a big why. He was a leader. He took all the people with him, and he never stopped from seeing the vision of his big why in the end result of opening up the stores and giving everybody a product that they felt they were a part of. Yes, there were many other products in the marketplace that were vying for Apple's business. But who got out ahead because his why was stronger, his objective, his leadership, working with his team, everybody, to opening the stores where you walk into the Apple store and you feel like it's part of you, because this is and was his big why that still continues with the company. Very important that in your objectives you find out what your big why is. And you've heard me say our big why is training professional women nonstop to the top. In order to do this, we've got to find out what it is that they're lacking. There's 4 areas where we teach. Women lack the confidence of public speaking. They're not effective in their communications. So we have issues around this. And they're not having the self-confidence that they truly need to be successful. And then what women do is they just give away their power. So our objective is to take the women, train them to step in to their greatness and not give away the power. I'll go back to Nikola Tesla because it's very important. He predicted, I believe, what is happening now for women. Years women were suppressed. The feminine energy, which is totally different from a masculine energy, totally suppressed to where we were no better than animals. In fact, a lot of the people felt the animals were better than the women. So we've suffered and been held back through this period of time. But Nikola Tesla predicted when the healing energy of a woman, the feminine energy, starts to rise, we're going to heal our nation. We're going to heal our world. We would find a better way than going to war to send our children off to be killed. So he predicted when this started on the rise, and I fully believe this is what's happening now. Women are stepping to the plate. They're working on their business plan. They're giving back to the community, that we will bring the healing energy that he predicted into our nation and into our world to get 50-50 leadership, so we can stand by with both energies balancing each other. So let's go back to your objectives. You must list your at least 8 goals that the business must achieve to be successful. You need measurable results. So what results must your business achieve to be successful? Number 1, you need to know, or at least put in a projection for the amount of the sales you will have within the 6 months or the year. Sometimes we have to work backwards to figure this out, but you need the sales. You also need to know what your profit is going to be before tax. You know what the product cost. You know what you need for the sales. So there's a difference profit there. And then you need your gross profit for the taxable, because you still have to pay taxes on the money of your profit. How many customers do you need to fill this? Number 1, you've got to find out exactly what that product, which you've already done, what it's going to cost. And if you want, say, $100,000 in sales and your product is $100, how many customers do you need to get to that $100,000 in your 6 months? Then what is the profit before the taxes? What is your profit, your gross profit after the taxes? Knowing that your average dollar sale is a certain amount, then you've got to know the number of clients that you need to get to make this happen. And if you're billing by the hour, if your business is your talent and billing by the hour, then you have to know what you're going to charge an hour, how many clients you're going to bring in, and what you're really serving them to get to where this needs to go. These are all of your products. What else can you add to your business? But in order to arrive at this one-page business plan, You need to calculate exactly what is happening here in your objective and your big why, and reach those clients that you need to reach in order to make your business successful. The next part of it is the strategies. How are you going to go about doing this? What are you going to do to make this happen in your business? So you've got to define exactly how the business will be built and how it's going to be managed. You're serving the customers with what? In our WILA, Women International Leadership Academy, we're serving them with training. So we would list every piece of training material we have. We put them on camera. We take them in and listen and watch what happens to them so they're not giving away the power. So what are you doing in your business and able to put the strategies in that you're going to give to your customers? In starting a business, are you going to have an initial trial? What is exciting about this is we are stepping in to an issue here so that when we finish this, this is our gift to you. And we like to do this when a business is in its initial state, because you've got to market maybe before your product is finished, or you have to have product on the shelf ready to go when you start to market. So you've got to know each step of strategy that you need to make this happen. So if you've got a promoting period, you've got to time it. How long is it going to take to promote it? What is it going to cost? How many clients do you need? Do you need to be out speaking on a platform? Do you need to have, of course you need to have a website. All of this has to be calculated in. Now, what about positioning yourself? You've got to become internationally or nationally known for the solution to the problem that your clients will be having. So this is what we call positioning. How does one position themselves? Quite frequently, they are out speaking. They will write a book in solution to the problems. And we have our books and our courses also to teach the professional women to go nonstop to the top. So this is a positioning. Now we're out in the field at the women's groups. We also have elevated this to where you can get a degree in going to college. So important that we position ourselves at the very top in the promotion that we're doing. So it's one of our strategies is to give back and give the best. And you want to do this. You want to do this for your business. Because if you're not, somebody else will come along and just knock you off your stool, and you'll go down to the bottom and not come back to the top. So you've got to get each piece of the business plan, especially your strategies. Now that you can see your business plan and you have your vision for this, you've got to be able to do the strategies. List every generating model you can get. You need the revenue. So what are you going to do? Create a website. Not only create a website, but offer through email. Get connected to your targeted audience. You need to know how you're going to generate the revenue that is where you're going to reach your goal. Are you going to be at a convention? Are you going to rent a booth? All of this has to be planned ahead of time. So you want to think outside the box, and at this point you might take other people in to think about, all right, let's generate revenue by joining a networking group. Let's generate it by being seen on LinkedIn, Facebook, all of the social media. Where are we going to go to generate the revenue? You've got to know this. Are you going to use strategic partners? If you've got a product, we'll be using a lot of strategic partners. We'll be linking up with other women's groups. We'll be linking up with businesses that are promoting women. You can get a list of the companies or the business that you need to generate revenue. Are you going to do a marketing? You need to know each phase of this. Even if you don't implement it all at one time, sit down and go over this phase with other people in your think tank. Generating the revenue. What are you going to do to generate the revenue? After you've completed this, now then you've got to put the plan of action together. We spoke quickly about going to a convention. That might be 6 months out. So you've got to now take everything you've listed in your strategies and put them into a project. So what is going to be your project? What needs to be done? And you need very specific methods of doing this. So take project number 1 and what you've just listed. That might be your marketing tool. That might be getting your website together. If you're already in business, then it might be a new way of promoting. Each phase of your strategies will be a project to do, and it's timely. It's based on what the outcome and what you have to do before the revenue starts. Another wonderful, I had the privilege of working with Sita in her fashion line. Now, she had to have revenue or a base to order her material, and she had to have a lot of material. So when she was doing her strategies and her projects, which would be the first one that she would do? She needed to decide, and it's all sustainable material. So you need to know and have your product or your material there before you can get to the end result. So which is the first project that needs to be done? You may have a listing of 8 to 10 projects, and they all need to have a pattern of what needs to be done now, what needs to be done next month, the end result when you're going to do the rollout, and what has to be done to keep them on target. Are you going to need to raise revenue? Do you have enough to start your own? Do you need strategic partners? Each phase of the strategies now must be put into the plan of action. You cannot create your plan of action until you've done the other steps because you don't know where you're going. So why would people want to buy your product? Again, in the beginning we said because the product is a solution to a problem. And the greater the problem, the quicker the people want to solve it. So if you have been in business and this is your business plan for the coming year, then do you have clients that can recommend your product? You want to get your testimonials together. You want to put them up on the website. You want to put them in a brochure. So why? You've got to think about why would they not buy from you. So you take a look at all the other people that might be offering something similar, and you want to know why yours is better, why they should buy yours. Is it a pricing, or is it something else that happens? In order for you to be able to put together your marketing material, you need each phase of this completed. So what would be the most frequently asked questions that your customers would ask you? Open up the think tank for that. If it's a new business, invite people in. Let this flow be just so you can answer the questions. So what are the frequently asked questions? And you can start the blog, you can start an article, and you can complete that timely. What features makes your product different from anyone else's? Our product, again, back to the women, we take them in studio. Very few people do this if you're learning a course, but we take you into studio to see how it's functioning and to see if you're reaching your target. So what can you do different? What are you going to do to make your product or services better than anyone else's? Back into the service business. If yours is a service, you probably need strategic partners. Now, I'm looking at, which we developed, Coaching Firm International. Coaching Firm International, each coach that we train is very specific in what they do. They do it from their talent. So then we put a Coaching Firm International together, and now we've got every specific need that a client might need for a coach. And we're one of the founding fellows at the Harvard Institute of Coaching. This, again, is positioning yourself. So take a look at where you need to be positioned and what it is that you're going to offer to make your business successful. This concludes the overview of the one-page business plan, exactly what you need to do to take your business to the next level or to start a business. Just in review, the first thing you do is your vision statement. You've got to be able to see the end result in your business. You've got to be able to feel this and know this is going to happen for you. So see that, see your clients, and see yourself solving a problem. Immediately, when you get your vision complete, do the mission statement. Remember, 8 words or less, and you are the solution to a problem. The next thing you need to go into is your objective. What is your big why? You've got to be able to sell the energy of the big why, knowing that your product is the best on the market, or maybe it's something that has never been developed before. It is a new invention. So you've got to be able to take your big why and your energy to the customer. After you've done that, you've got to now take a look at your strategies. What are you going to put in place to make this happen? Each strategy becomes a project. It may take you longer. You've got to look at something down the road and have people come in and go into a think tank. They may think of things totally outside of what you thought, which would be a wonderful marketing tool. So complete your strategies. Now that you have these 4 going, you can go into your plan of action. Take the first project that you need to accomplish, give the timeline for that, and put the steps that need to be done. Go to the second, the third, the fourth project. As you do this, you put it into a format for completion on a certain date and your marketing and what you need to do to make it happen. This is June Davidson, American Seminar Leaders Association, Coaching Firm International, and we're delighted to have taught the overview of your one-page business plan.